Hello, welcome to Creative Technica. My name is Pathasadu Mishra and I have brought to Android training for the beginner. In this video, I will tell you about how to use the Bluetooth protocol in Android to interact with any of the wireless device to exchange data. Because in future, when you talk about embedded development or communicating with any embedded module using mobile communication, 99% chance that we will be doing with Bluetooth because it is the most common way and easiest ways to do. It establishes a UART kind of communication. So let's get into it. So let's start Android Studio. Create a new project. Let's call it Bluetooth 1. Generally, Bluetooth is used when you want to have wireless communication from one module to mobile in very short range, less than 100 meters. Generally, in practical, we don't do 100 meters. Generally, 20-30 meters only we use. So it's very effective if you don't have higher baud rate. Higher means not higher means it should be less than 1 Mbps. Then Bluetooth is very efficient and easy to implement. So why I am doing this? Because in future I may teach you electronic embedded projects. So that time we need to have to control your board with wireless means through mobile. So Bluetooth will be the most appropriate way for doing it instead of using through Wi-Fi and other protocols. So there are two kinds of Bluetooth protocol. One is Bluetooth Classic and Bluetooth Low Energy (BLE). In this tutorial, I will only use Bluetooth Classic because it is very good for high throughput and continuous data streaming. A Bluetooth can only pair with maximum 4 devices. So we assume that you already have a Bluetooth master. For that, I have set up an Arduino setup with a HC05 Bluetooth module, as you can see. So how to do the setup, I will share the schematics in the description, and I have written this small Arduino code which you can also download from the description. So this will continuously monitoring from the Bluetooth input. So what it does, it will send two numbers with plus signature, like 2 plus 3. If you send it to our module, it will reflect the data, the answer. That yes, 2 plus 3 is 5. So that we have to do. We have to create a client, Bluetooth client in Android. We connect to it and then send some data and command, then get the result, the summing result. And we assume that we have paired the Bluetooth because we can do pairing also in your Android code. But to keep the code simple, we assume that you should have Bluetooth on and your device. In my case, it's Partha BT0. It is paired. Okay? This is a minimum prerequisite for my program to work for this tutorial. So what we'll do is we'll create a Bluetooth get device button. Means it will scan through all the Bluetooth device and search for the name and then get the device instance for it, handler. Then we'll create a connect button so that it will connect to the device. Then we'll create a text box where we'll input the code. Then we'll create a text box where we'll input the expression. Then we'll create the send button. It will send to the Bluetooth server. Then we'll create another text box which will show the data coming from the Bluetooth. Let's first create the interface. Get now instantiate all these things. Okay, now our interface is ready. So for Bluetooth, what you have to do is you have to declare a Bluetooth adapter. This is direct handler for our Bluetooth hardware. If this is written null, then your Bluetooth is off, which has to be on for our testing. Bluetooth adapter is equal to Bluetooth adapter get default adapter. Okay, if this is null, then Bluetooth is not there. But we will not do that checking for our example to keep it simple. As you should on before running my code. Then you have to do the Bluetooth device. After searching, it should get the relevant device through which our communication will take place. Then the Bluetooth socket, the message element for the Bluetooth. So for that you have to declare a broadcast receiver to make the things easy. Number which we have discussed before. What you have to do is you have to get the intent dot get action. So what we need in our example, which action will do that Bluetooth adapter dot discovery finished, because if the discovery is stopped, then only you should establish a connection, otherwise it may sometime fail. This is needed, and if in case it got disconnected, you should not run the message parsing, it will crash. Bluetooth device dot disconnected. These two are enough. Now you have to register the receiver. Now you declare the receiver. Declare a new intent. Add action. Action discovery finished. Add one more action. Disconnected. Okay. Now add this intent filter. So our broadcast receiver is registered. Also you have to add permissions. It is not a critical permission, so we don't need to do in the runtime. So what you have to do is you have to use permission Bluetooth admin, and since the target is above 4.2, I think, then we need course location also. Okay. So unless the discovery is finished after searching the device, we don't need to connect it. It is better we should disable the connect button, but since we know what we are doing, we will not do that. Here what you have to do is get bonded devices. You get set up all Bluetooth devices. Let's iterate through each device. We know our name, that name has to be different. So what is our name? Underscore VT0. Then what you have to do is the Bluetooth device will be equal to this day. Okay, now our device is ready. Should we make it set? But now we have the device ready. So we have to wait till the action discovery is finished. So what we'll do, in the beginning we can make it this connect button, but set enable as false. So discovery is done, then we can make it enable. As you know, if you want to do something on the UI thread, you have to run an UI thread, new. Here I have to do it connect button dot set enable true, so that we can know now we are ready for connect. So in the connect, so better to keep everything in the try catch group. So here I have to do is Bluetooth socket is equal to Bluetooth device dot create RFCOM socket to service record. So Bluetooth, all services are defined by UUID, a 128-bit ID, which represents a particular service and protocol. Here you will use RFCOM. RFCOM is similar to your RS-232, a wireless version of that initially, which is done. And all the parameters what you need to use, they are classified as Bluetooth profile. Here we will use SPP, serial protocol profile. For that, from string, we have to have the string for that actually. What UUID you need to use. In our case, this is a UUID for SPP profile. This is the most common profile for basic communication. Okay. Then Bluetooth socket dot connect. Once the connection is done, you have to establish the input and output stream for reading bytes operation. So you have to declare here okay. So once the connection is completed, is equal to Bluetooth socket dot get input stream, output stream is equal to socket dot get output stream. Okay. Now we can have a toast claiming that connected. So now, if you want to send something, so what you have to do? You have to call, let's create a try catch for this. You have to call Bluetooth socket output stream dot write. It always reads and writes in byte array. So it will pick up from this text box. Input txt dot get text add /r/n as we did before dot get bytes. Simple. Now we will have transmitted the Bluetooth data. To monitor the input, it is better to create a thread. Even this connection also has to be created using thread only, because it takes some time to connect. That time it will freeze your application because it's run in the UI thread actually. but it will make the unnecessarily code complicated that you can do yourself if you have followed my previous tutorial properly. So I will be creating, but the receiver Rx thread, we need a thread because you have to continuously poll it. So here we can create a thread, Rx thread. Create the constructor. Now this is the main function or run function. Fine. Okay. Boolean is running as false, so that we'll have if is running is true. Then only it runs, otherwise it comes out of the thread. So declare this thread here. Fine. So here the Rx thread we can start. And if get disconnected, then it automatically closes if the Rx thread dot is running we set to false. Fine, simple. The only thing is not all the parsing of the data we have to do here only. Let's say we'll display in string only, so let's declare a string Rx data try catch block. Looks like you have to put everything inside. Every 10 millisecond give some gap. Okay. For to read something, what you have to do is each input stream dot available is greater than 0. Then you have something. As in the Arduino, it sent the answer with /r/0. So we have minimum 3 bytes of data. In this case, only 3 bytes of data only. So it should be greater than 2. Then only it makes sense. What is this? Data is equal to, first we do the input stream dot read. You have to create a byte array for that. So let's create a byte array. Let's say 10. 3 will be enough actually in our example. It's Rx. Now this data this Rx data is equal to new byte array to string. So what is our data? Rx. Fine. Now your data is there. Now run on UI thread. It should update the so here you have to do display text or result. No, it is result text dot set text and this Rx data. But it should not do every time. You have to do some check here. If Rx data dot equals if it is not empty, then update it. Then after that Rx data you can make something like this. One thing we forgot, the device is detected now. What you have to do is the discovery you have to stop. Cancel discovery. Fine. One more thing we did, that when it is running it should be true, otherwise it won't run. Okay, now let's see how it behaves. Get device, connect 3 plus 6. Simple. How interesting it is. You have established a wireless communication between your board and your mobile phone. If I make it 10, should be 13. Simple. I hope you understood how to use Bluetooth Classic for communication between another Bluetooth server. Now I hope you got a glance about how to use Bluetooth protocol in Android, how to communicate with any remote Bluetooth device using the Bluetooth name and password, and how you can exchange data using RFCOMM socket. If you like this video, then please don't forget to like, share and comment, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. We'll get back to you very soon with a new exciting tutorial. Till that, goodbye.